In this video tutorial, I will demonstrate you how to interface a LED 7 segment display with 8051 microcontroller. We will also develop an assembly language program to display the numbers from 0 to 9 on LED 7 segment display. And the same program is simulated by using Proteus simulation software. LED 7 segment is one of the important peripherals which is connected to 8051, and it is mainly used to display numeric data. The important applications of LED 7 segment display includes digital clock, then measuring instruments which display their value by using LED 7 segment display, and there are other numerous applications where LED 7 segment is primarily used as a display. Now let us interface the LED 7 segment display with 8051 microcontroller. This is how a single digit LED 7 segment display module looks like. This shows the interfacing diagram of a single digit LED 7 segment display with 8051 microcontroller. LED 7 segment displays are of two types. One is common anode and another is common cathode. Here common anode type of display is shown. Anodes of all individual LEDs are connected together and one common terminal is brought outside, and this common terminal is connected to VCC. Individual segments, the LEDs corresponding to individual segments, they are named as A, B, C, D, E, F, G and decimal point, and they are connected through current limiting resistors to individual port pins of microcontroller. Remaining circuitry is, this is a reset circuitry and this is oscillator circuitry. This is the pin configuration of a single digit LED 7 segment display. It consists of 10 pins. The upper pins, they are A, B, because this terminal is A. This is A segment. This is B segment. So these two pins are brought outside here. This is C segment. This is D segment. So these C and D pins are brought outside. This indicates the decimal point. So that pin is shown here by using the dot. Then E pin is shown here and its terminal is here. It is followed by F segment and G segment whose pins are shown here. So you have to remember while connecting actual hardware to 8051 that how pins are named. Now let us particularly focus on common anode configuration. In common anode, you can view here that anode of individual LEDs are shorted together and one common terminal is brought outside. The basic thing is that when you want to display or when you want to glow an LED, then anode should be connected to VCC and cathode should be ground. In case of common anode configuration, anodes are already shorted together and we have to supply VCC to this terminal. Now what about cathode? When we apply 0 or ground to individual cathode terminal, then that corresponding LED glows. Suppose I want to glow this A terminal, A LED. Then what I will do? I will apply logic 0 or I will connect this LED to ground terminal. As we are using microcontroller for interfacing of LED 7 segment display, then this will be, each LED will be connected to individual microcontroller port pin, and through program we will send logic 0 to glow that corresponding LED or logic 1 to turn off that LED. That's why 0 is written here. It corresponds to on condition of LED and 1 correspond to off. And this will help us to design a table where we have to find out hex codes of different numbers to be displayed. So numbers 0 to 9 are written here. For example, say I want to display 1. So what is necessary condition? That the LED B and LED C should glow. So when LED is to be glowed, 0 is to be supplied. So B terminal is given 0 and C terminal is given 0. Remaining LED should be in off condition. So 1 is applied to remaining LED terminals. And make the group of 4 bits 1111 correspond to F, 1001 correspond to 9. So F9H is the hex code to display the number 1 on LED 7 segment. In short, when I send F9 to port pin, then that display connected to that port will display number 1 on it. For remaining numbers, you can calculate the hex codes in the same fashion. Now let us develop a program for 8051 microcontroller to display numbers 0 to 9 on LED 7 segment display. Now what is expected here? That 0 should get displayed on LED 7 segment display. After certain amount of delay, 1 should get displayed. After some delay, 2 should get displayed. And this whole process should go on till the last digit 9 gets displayed. And once 9 gets displayed, again the same process should repeat, that 0 should get displayed. It should be followed by 1 and likewise. So for this, we have to develop a program. Before developing the program, let us write the algorithm. The first step is to configure the port as an output port, because LED 7 segment display is connected to one of the ports and LED 7 segment is output device. So configure the port as an output port. I am using port 2 for connection of LED 7 segment display. That's why I have written configure port 2 as an output port. Depending on the hardware connections, you have to configure that port. The next step is to initialize counter register R2 with 10. How many numbers are to be displayed? 10 different numbers ranging from 0 to 9 are to be displayed on LED 7 segment display. So I have initially taken one counter. R2 register is used as a counter register and it is initialized with value 10. Once you display one digit, then that counter will be decremented by 1 and this whole process will go on until counter becomes 0. If counter is 0, it means that all digits are displayed. We are using lookup table method, means the code we just discussed in the previous slide at 10 different hex codes. They are stored in a lookup table. Lookup table is nothing but a table which is a part of internal code or program memory. And the first location of that program memory where 10 different codes are stored is initialized with DPTR. So DPTR will hold the starting address of that lookup table. Clear the accumulator. Then read the stored hex code. Hex code is stored in lookup table. So read the first code from that table and bring it into accumulator. And once that first code is obviously the code of digit 0. Once that code is brought into accumulator, immediately send that hex code to LED 7 segment display. Where LED 7 segment display is connected? It is connected to port 2. So send the code of 0 number to port 2 so that LED 7 segment will display 0 digit on it. We have to maintain that 0 for certain amount of time. So wait for certain time, and in order to wait, we will require the help of a delay subroutine. So obviously we will call a delay subroutine. Increment the DPTR so that it will point to the next memory location where code of 1 is stored. Out of 10 digits, we have displayed 1 digit. So decrement the counter register R2 and go to step 4 if counter is not 0. So it will go to the step number 4. Again the same procedure is followed and logic number 1 is displayed. So step 4 to step 9, this loop will get executed for 10 times. And once all the numbers are displayed, the counter will become 0 and it will not go to step 4. Instead, it will go to the next statement. And what we have to do? We have to repeat the same thing once again. Means we have to again start from 0 and go on displaying the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 9. So this is the way in which the program can be developed. Now let us move to the Kill IDE where we are going to develop the program. So once you open the Kill Microvision, then first step is go to the project menu and click the new Microvision project. I will name it as LED 7 segment. So project is saved with the name LED 7 segment. I am writing the code for 89C51 microcontroller. So I will search 89C51, 8890C51 microcontroller, click OK, then click no. Now click the file menu and click new. So this editor window gets opened. Now save the program. Before typing the program, it's good practice to save the program. So I will save the program with the same name as that of project. So LED7 segment, and don't forget to put the extension ASM because I am going to write the program in assembly language. So program is also saved. Now important step is to add this .asm file in project. For this purpose, you have to right click on source group 1 and click the add existing file. Click the file type as ASM source file. Search the ASM file. It is here. Click add and then click the close. So in this way, this ASM file is now part of the project. Now let's start writing the code. The first step is assembler directive org000h is written, which will start the program, storing the program from 0000h code memory. Next step is configure the port 2 as an output port. So how to configure port as output port? Send 00h to port 2 so that port 2 will start acting as a output port. The next statement is R2 register is used as a counter. Initially the counter is 0, so move R2 comma hash. Initially it is 10, so move R2 comma hash 10. So the value 10 or the count value 10 will be loaded in R2 register. Now what is the next step? We have to load the DPTR with the starting address of lookup table, and assume that I am going to store the lookup table from memory location 0 to 00h. So what I have written? Move DPTR comma hash 0 to 00h. So 0 to 00h is the first location where code of 0 is stored. In 0 to 01 location, code of 1 is stored. Likewise, 10 different continuous memory locations will store codes of 10 different digits starting from 0 to 9. Next step is to clear the content of accumulator because we are going to use the MOVC instruction. So let's clear the accumulator. Now what we have to do? We have to take the hex code stored in lookup table into accumulator. For this purpose, MOVC A comma @ A plus DPTR instruction is written. Now what this instruction does? It will first add the content of accumulator with DPTR. In our case, content of accumulator is 0. Content of DPTR is 0 to 00. So 0 plus 0 to 00 comes to be 0 to 00. And @ means content of that location. So content of 0 to 00 is the hex code of number 0. And that hex code is moved to accumulator. So hex code of digit 0 is now in accumulator. What I have to do? I have to send that hex code to port 2. Why port 2? Because LED7 segment display is connected to port 2. So move P2 comma A will send hex code of digit 0 to port 2, and this will display the digit 0 on LED7 segment display. Once 0 is displayed on LED7 segment display, we have to wait for some time. For that purpose, I will call a delay subroutine. So A call delay. Delay is the name of delay subroutine. Once delay subroutine is called, it will hold that 0 value on the LED7 segment display. Once delay program returns from delay subroutine to this particular point, then what I have to do? I have to increment the data pointer by 1 so that it will now point to the next memory location where code of digit 1 is stored. So I will write INC DPTR. Now as out of 10 numbers, we have displayed 1 digit, 1 number. So let us decrement the counter by 1. So DJNZ R2. And what is to be done? We have to jump to the label up and we have to display the digit 1 on LED7 segment. So this will help us to, this instruction will check whether counter has become 0 or not. If it is not 0, it will go here, clear the accumulator, because accumulator was holding the code of 0. Now clear it, and now bring the code of 1 into accumulator. Send it to port 2 so that 1 gets displayed on LED7 segment. Wait for certain amount of time. 1 will remain on LED7 segment display for that amount of time. Increment DPTR to point to the next location in lookup table. Decrement counter again by 1. And if the counter is not 0, go to the up level. So this whole loop will get executed 10 times for 10 different numbers. And once all the numbers from 0 to 9 are displayed, the condition will become false. It will not go to the up level. Instead, it will go to the next instruction. And what we have to do? We have to repeat the same procedure one more time. So what I will write? I will write sjump repeat. Now where repeat is to be written? Repeat is to be written here. Why? Because the counter has become 0 now. Now I have to load the counter with 10 value. I have to load the DPTR with original value, and then I have to repeat the same procedure. So this is how the main program looks like. Now let us write the subroutine part. So subroutine is named as delay. So I will write delay followed by colon. Then different registers are used. R2 register is used as a counter. So I will use R4 and I will load that R4 with say a value 50. Then it is again followed by one more instruction where R5 register is loaded with 255. I have not put H after 255. So 255 is obviously a decimal number. Then move R6 with 255. So three different registers are used for generation of delay. Now let us decrement the R6 register, and if it is not 0, jump to the label, say capital L1, and capital L1 is written here. So this instruction will get executed for 255 times until R6 becomes 0. If R6 becomes 0, then it will go to the next instruction, and in next instruction I will write one more DJNZ instruction, and this time I will decrement the R5 counter by 1, and if it is not 0, it will jump to the label L2, and L2 is written here. So this loop will go on executing until the value of R5 becomes 0. When R5 is 0, the control will go to the next instruction where I will write one more DJNZ instruction. Now I will decrement the value of R4 register by 1, and I will check whether it has become 0 or not. If it is not 0, it will jump to the level L3, and L3 will be written here. And when the register R4 also becomes 0, then it will come out of the loop and then will stop. So RET instruction will return, and RET instruction will take the control from this subroutine to the main program after delay instruction, and it will go here. So delay subroutine spans from here to here, and which is responsible for generation of a delay. If you increase those values, then delay get increased, and depending on how much time you want to make that digit visible, you can adjust this value. Now we are done with the main program part. It's time to store the lookup table values in the lookup table. So where lookup table is stored? Lookup table is stored in memory location 0 to 00, because we have loaded DPTR with 0 to 00. So let us write org 0 to 00h directive, and here I have to store 10 different values. For that purpose, I will use db as a assembler directory. DB stands for defined byte. So it will help us in storing the individual values of 10 different segments. Now, which are those values? We have calculated those values here. So those 10 values correspond to the 10 numbers which are to be displayed on LED7 segment. So these 10 hex codes will be stored in the memory which starts from 0 to 00. The first code is C0, but while writing it, write 0C0H because this C is the alphabet. So we should always put 0 before the alphabet if it appears at tens place. So 0C0, then it is followed by F9. Again F9 is written as 0F9H, comma, and go on writing the codes for remaining digits. So I have written the codes for 10 different numbers, and these codes are stored in memory location starting from 0 to 00H. Save the program and check for any errors. So there are no errors. Now click the big option for target and enter the crystal frequency. So the crystal frequency entered is 11.0592. Tick mark use on chip ROM. In output tab, take this hex file because this hex file will be required to be downloaded if you are using hardware, or the same hex file can be used in Proteus simulation software if you are simulating this program in Proteus simulation software. Once we are done with Keil, now it's time to open the Proteus design suite, and this Proteus will help us to simulate the program. Now the Proteus environment looks like this. Click the P to pick up the component. I am using 8089C51 microcontroller, so I will type keyword as 8089C. Double click it so that it gets added here. The second important component is LED 7 segment. So I will type LED 7 segment. Out of different 7 segment displays here, particularly I will use this red color single digit common anode 7 segment display, and I will double click it. Click OK. So these two components are now added here. Click the 8089C IC and double click here so that it gets placed. Now let me zoom it so that it is properly visible. Now click the 7 segment display and place it here. Now this 7 segment display is to be interfaced with port 2 pins. So I will click P2.0 and I will connect it to the A segment. Similarly, click P2.1, connect it to the B segment. Once all 8 port pins of port 2 are connected to individual LEDs of LED 7 segment display, the remaining pin is common anode and it should be connected to VCC. For that purpose, I will click the terminals, click the power, double click it and connect this terminal with VCC. Now once all connections are made, it's time to download the hex file we just created in Keil in the code memory of microcontroller. Double click the IC, search the hex file. So the hex file is LED7 segment.x. Click it, open it, change the crystal frequency as 11.0592 megahertz and click on the OK button. Now let us simulate the program. Click on simulate. So 0 is displayed. It is followed by 1, 2. So in this manner, the numbers from 0 to 9, they are displayed one by one on this LED 7 segment display. And once the digit reaches to the 9, then it should again start from 0. So it has reached now 9, and after 9 it is again repeating from the digit 0. So in this way we have developed the program and then we have simulated the same program using Proteus simulation software. Thank you.